Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Jasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jasodanandana Rajajana Ranjana. Jasodanandana Rajajana Ranjana. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Ace Bhaktivedanta, Swami Prabhupada ki jai, Prabhupada ki jai, Granthra Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga, all glories to Prabhupada. What time you have to go? 8:20. Okay, we'll finish class then. Only for you. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 20, Verse 34. Tasya sanripa vajjarbhya. Tasya sanripa vajjarbha. Patnyasta Tisra Shishra. My glasses. Shisham Naita Patnyasta Tusra Shisham Nata Jagnustyagya Bhayat Putran Jagnustyaga Bhayas putran nanu rupa utarite itirite tasya samripa vaidarvya Bhatnyas tisra shusham nata Jagnustyaga bhayat putran Nanurupa itirite. I got it. I give me that. How to keep up with Kali Yuga. Tasya nripa vaidyarvya Patnyas tisra sushamata Jagnustyaga bhayat putran Nanu rupa itirite. Another melody. Okay. Tasya, of him Maharaj Bharata, Ashan, there were. Nripa, O King Maharaj Parikshit. Vaidarvya, daughters of Vaidarvya. Patnya, wives. Tisra, three. Shushamata, very pleasing and suitable. Vagna, killed. Tyagabhayat, fearing rejection. Putran, their sons. Nanupa rupa, not exactly like the father. Iti, like this. Trite, considering. Translation. O King Parikshit, Maharaj Bharat had three pleasing wives who were daughters of the king of Vaidarvya. When all three of them bore children who did not resemble the king, these wives thought that he would consider them unfaithful queen and reject them, and therefore they killed their own sons. No purport. Next verse. Translation. The king, his attempt for progeny, frustrated in this way, performed a sacrifice named Marut Stoma to get a son. The demigods, known as the Maruta, being fully satisfied with him, then presented him a son named Bharadwaja. No purport. Next verse. When the demigod named Brihaspati was attracted by his brother's wife, Mamata, who at that time was pregnant, he desired to have sexual relations with her. The sons within her womb forbid this, but Brihaspati cursed him and forcibly discharged semen into the womb mamata, and purport. The sex impulse is so strong in this material world that even Brihaspati, who is supposed to be the priest of the demigods and a very learned scholar, wanted to have a sexual relationship with his brother's pregnant wife. This can happen even in the society of the higher demigods. So, what to speak of human society? The sex impulse is so strong that it can agitate even a learned personality like Brihaspati. Any questions? That's the class. Prabhupada explains everything here. You know what are we talking about. So, in Krishna consciousness, this is the principle of to make progress in spiritual life. We have to follow dharma. It's not like we can reach Krishna. Obviously, there must be rules and regulations. And it blocks us from serving Krishna is our enjoyment propensity, particularly man-women enjoyment. But actually, everything is recommended in the scriptures, how things can be done. But the very principle of material enjoyment is this, to have man, women, family, but everything is there in the Vedic society, but they have to understand that it should be done following the Vedic rules, like no intoxication, no gambling, no illicit sex, no meat eating. We follow. So it's not like those who have a family, it's a license for enjoyment. Everything has to be accommodated in the dharma. It's not a license to enjoy, but you can enjoy within the principle. But it's not like we're not enjoying here. So you can have family, you can have children, but the desire to enjoy the material body is so strong, it's mentioned here, that drives up even a man of intelligence, even those who are sadhus, and says here the demigods, for somebody else's wife. So if you want to love Krishna, go to the topmost platform of devotion to Krishna. Krishna Prem, loving Krishna. We have to conquer our senses before we can get there. The primary principle of religiousness is sense control. The disciplinary principles of dharma is how we can curb our senses, control our senses. Not artificially, but with Krishna says, Vishaya vinivarchante niraharasya dehina rasavarjam sampasa param drishtva nivartate. Param drishtva, higher taste. When you have a higher taste, then you give up lower taste. Simple. Krishna explains it. Because you don't have the alternative to material enjoyment, so then you look for that, because that's the only thing you have. We are offering Krishna consciousness, chanting Hare Krishna, sadhu sangha, associating with devotees, studying Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. This is a higher taste. If you don't have the higher taste, then we go for lower taste. The lower taste is sense pleasure. Even at that time, this happened long ago. Just sense control is so important. It's not a joke. Like, we're chanting japa, we're associating, we have to, the whole idea of the principle of Krishna consciousness, how we can love Krishna, get to that point of loving Krishna, developing love for Krishna. But on the way, there's going to be a lot of challenges, tests. Just like if we want to get a fruit from the top of the tree, it's not easy. You have to climb the tree and get it. If you can't climb, not everyone can climb the tree. You get a stick to get it. So much hardship. So you want the fruit of love of God from the top of the tree, then you have to know how to get it. How to get it, and Prabhupada is giving us the process. But that can be such a difficult thing to control our senses. You have to be strong with yourself, but not artificially. We can be respect with each other, we can love each other on the spiritual platform. In our temple, we have men, women, we are here, but we are associating on the basis of service. The brahmachari is there. It's not that grihastha can do whatever he like. We also need to control our senses. I have to have respect for Maharaji. We have to have respect for Prabhuji, respect for husband, respect for wife. Because we understand spiritual principle, everything is based on spiritual principle. The spiritual principle is the Krishna consciousness. Krishna is in the center. When you can really develop the ruchi, taste for chanting Hare Krishna, taste for loving Krishna, you realize what Krishna consciousness is. It's not an artificial thing. You have to have realization. The realization is this to come from the study, personal experiences. Those who are intelligent, they learn by hearing. That's why Sravanam Kirtanam, hearing, is so emphasized, so much emphasized in our books, in the Association of Devotees. Must hear, must hear. Hearing doesn't mean hear and goes, what you hear comes out of the other ear, and that's it. You have to follow the dharma, you have to follow the principle. It's easy to say. To actually apply the knowledge is much harder. It's not professionalism. How to respect a devotee, how to honor a devotee, how to talk to nice to the devotee, how to... this requires control of senses, actually. It requires... Prabhupada said, kaimana bhakya, speech. Always want to blah, blah, blah. Talk about Krishna. Eyes always want to looking around, looking for things to see, beautiful things. See, there's no one can be more beautiful than Krishna. We don't have taste to look at Krishna because we haven't seen Krishna like pure devotees do. So everything is new to us after millions of births. We are used to sense enjoyment from birth after birth. He had sweet rice in the heavenly planets, in the golden cup. Then you come here, you have sweet rice in the mitika cup, in the clay cup. Same thing. Enjoyment is the same. Same pleasure that you had in your fish body, in the body of a dog, cat. Same pleasure. They don't have a higher taste. Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, the Srila Prabhupada and the Acharyas, they love Krishna on the basis of pure love. They give up their material life, sense enjoyment. They're running for Krishna. Raghunath Das Goswami, Sanatan Das Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, and all the 6 Goswamis, they had full of wealth. They had beautiful wife. But they are crazy to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu because they have a higher taste. We haven't got that. So therefore we experience material enjoyment. You can have material enjoyment, but you have to have knowledge. Balance it with knowledge. We have grihastha life, brahmachari, grihastha, vanapasa, sannyas. But within grihastha life, there are principles. Grihamedhi and grihastha. Grihastha means one who is properly situated in spiritual life. Grihamedhi means one who has no control. They don't have spiritual understanding and principles. They produce just mass production. Fill up the world and you get all this kind of people that we see today. Varna Shankara. People who has no quality, better take your... So, the whole idea of Krishna consciousness is to produce first-class human being, Brahmanas, Vaishnava, Sadhu, who have control. Cat and dog, they're not on the same platform as human being. You tell a cat or dog to control his senses. Hey, no illicit sex. They say, oh, careful, what were you talking about? No intoxication. Well, they don't drink anyway. So these dharma principles is for human being, for us to follow. Manushya Janma, human birth, is why so rare? Because in human birth, we can get love of God. In animal species, there's no love of God, because they can't go beyond that. They can only see sense enjoyment. But there's no karma for them. Any city you go, there's brothels, there's red light districts. When I first came here, our temple in King's Cross, if you come late in the temple, all these mothers are standing on the road. King's Cross in Sydney. They cleaned up now. Our temple is right in the middle of it. I used to come from Sankirtan late, and we get approached by these prostitutes. I just fresh off the India Brahmachari just came here. I said, wow, this is going to be a challenge for me. And then we're talking about love of God, chanting 16 rounds. It's so hardship. I remember the first day I went to Harinam, first day I just arrived, next day I went to Harinam. And the girl from next door, there was straight, I was doing kirtan, and she came over to me. And she said, I love you. I said, what does that mean? Like nobody said that to me before. In India, with brahmachari, we're very strict. So I was like shocked. I mean, I spoke perfectly English when I came. And I was thinking, so before I came to Australia, I had Bhaktivedanta Maharaj and Sarvabhavana Prabhu. They spoke to me for 1 hour about being a brahmachari, because they said, you're going to a very contaminated country. There's Maya everywhere. Australia is the worst place. The sun, everyone's... Those days in the 80s, there was not many Indian people here. All you see is Madhajis, they hardly wear any clothes. The summertime. And I was in Sydney, 10 years. And so, we have to really stick to Krishna consciousness. We have to really chant Hare Krishna, sincerely. Man or women, it doesn't matter. If you are Mataji, same. You have to be very strict with yourself. Because otherwise, Maya is so strong, it can allure us away from Krishna. Krishna is playing flute. Why is he playing? He's calling us. Come, come. And we're saying, no time, I'm busy now. He looked the other way. This happened in demigod, in heavenly planet. This one demigod fell down with somebody else's wife, and she was pregnant. If this happens here, Prabhupada said, where's the room for us? That's why Prabhupada said that Vaishnava are higher than the demigods. We say, oh, you want to go to heavenly planet? The same nonsense they do there than here. Actually, they drink wine, they don't get headache because they have better quality. Arjuna went to get Pashupati. Arjuna went to get a weapon from Indra. And he was approached. Arjuna was very handsome, very powerful, strong, handsome. He went to get Pashupati, weapon from Indra in heavenly planet. And one of the ladies asked to be with him, spend the night with him. He said, I don't have time because my purpose of being here is to get the weapon. That's my brother sent me here. She got angry, she cursed him or something. So we have to be focused in Krishna consciousness. We want to do this, we want to do that, open a temple and do this, that. First control your senses. First develop love for Krishna. First associate with devotees. Sit down in the Bhagavatam class, hear Krishna Katha every day. It says, Bhagavatam says, every day you must hear about Krishna from Bhagavatam, every day, regular hearing. That will help us to control our senses when you can develop the love for Krishna. Not jumping to 10th canto where Krishna has Ras Lila. Prabhupada said you have to read from the first canto. So it's all about sense control. People say, no, you're Hare Krishna, you talk too much, you emphasize too much on the principles. You come here, we'll give you, like give you topmost platform of Krishna Bhakti, pure Bhakti, love of Krishna. Like we're wasting our time here. Prabhupada, what he gave us is perfect in every way. Prabhupada said, simply monkeys jumping one branch to the other. But their goal is sexless enjoyment with another monkey. They're living in Vrindavan, the most holiest place. And they're just running around for enjoyment. So we have to be careful. We are here in Krishna consciousness. Why we are here? In the beginning we joined Krishna consciousness because we want to go back to Godhead. Gradually we start to drift off to Maya. Come on, come on. Okay, I'm coming. Stay strong. Take shelter of the holy name. Strictly. Pray to Guru Maharaj. Pray to Krishna, please help me to serve you. Grab hold of the lotus feet of your Guru. Grab hold the lotus feet of Krishna in your heart. Krishna's sitting in our heart. Don't be afraid. I was living in China 10 years. 10 years. No devotees around. You know what I was doing? I was a yoga teacher. All pretty girls, young girls. They want to be slim, healthy, and I was their teacher. I could take one of those girls and go off anytime. They love me more than devotees. Maybe material basis. I come here and say, oh, you talk too much, oh, you this, that. I could go back, be with those girls. They love me just as much as you love me. And they teach. They had a lot of respect for me. In Chinese called Ashu. Lao Shu. It means a spiritual teacher, like a guru. I had hundreds. And I came here because I thought it's too much Maya for me. I had everything in my finger. Money, women, enjoyment at any minute. But we have to give up for better things. Come here, associate with you. You give me a hard time, this, that. Sometimes people give us a hard time for our reasons, so we can become a better devotee. Take it in a very positive way. If everything is so easy, we're going to just sit back. So there's going to be tests from Maya. Everything is there for us, is to assist us to serve Krishna. We have to see in that way. Your husband, wife, they have family to assist you to serve Krishna. So a husband goes to work, his children, nice, you can make them Krishna conscious. If you don't have that Krishna conscious goal, if you don't see it the Krishna conscious way, there's no difference. It's going to be Maya, even as devotees. I've seen devotees come and go. Bye-bye. Throw the beads the other way. It's not that I'll go here, I get there, I'll be Krishna conscious. We have to go where we can be more Krishna conscious, so we can assist us to be Krishna conscious. That is our mood. You can go to Vrindavan, you can go to Mayapur. But there's Maya there too, another form of Maya. And I go to Vrindavan, so many devotees, and they go to the Prema Maharaja's ashram instead of going to ISKCON temple. That's Maya. Because he's talking upper sampradaya, different things. Prabhupada forbid us to go to Holy Dham and go to all these places. If you love your guru, stick to your guru's instruction. If a guru doesn't want you to get married, don't. You have to see what pleases Krishna. Krishna wants you, Prabhupada wants you to be brahmachari, then he brahmachari. If he wants you to be grihastha, then grihastha. Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur said, we can have hundreds of children if you can make them Krishna conscious. Army of sannyasis, army of grihasthas, if you can be Krishna conscious. Otherwise, just cat and dog. Fish, how many eggs they can release? Doesn't mean they are Vaishnavas. For us, the idea of having children is to make them Krishna conscious. People go away, children go away, they take drugs sometimes, which is not in our control. They associate with, in the school, with non-devotee kids. It's a gamble, very big gamble. We cannot control them. But therefore you have to be very careful who you produce. You have to be Krishna conscious yourself. Bring them up in spiritually. Make yourself Krishna conscious. I came from a Gurukul. I literally grew up in ISKCON. I'm not talking rubbish because I have realizations. 90% of my friends, Western boys, they're not with me, they're not even in ISKCON. Only few, they made it through. They're tempted by Maya, they're gone. But because they had that training, they'll remember their mistakes. But we have to stay focused in spiritual life. It's so important. It's not women's fault or someone else's fault, or man's fault or women's fault. Ultimately, it's us, how we are Krishna conscious, how we are upbringing ourselves in spiritual life. It's not that Prabhupada was pure devotee, it was easy for him. Prabhupada said, even a dog can chant Hare Krishna. Sometimes it's easy for Prabhupada because he's with Krishna. Of course it's easy, but he didn't give up. He accepted the challenges. If I had a heart attack on a ship on the way to America at that age, I'll be returning back. But Prabhupada, Krishna used Prabhupada to show us that he's so determined to serve Krishna. Dhrita, determination to follow rules and regulations. Didn't give up. So it's not like association is, we associate with devotees. I understand it should be very suitable and comfortable. Sometimes it's not. There's going to be hardship amongst us and cruelty, this and that. Because we're not on that topmost devotees. If we have like 20 Prabhupads here, 20 Prabhupada, I'm sure there will be still some difficulty. One Prabhupada will say, yeah, you are here. You know what I mean? But then we have to understand, at the end, Krishna is waiting for us. We accept the hardship, at the end, Bhagavan, Krishna. It's not for our enjoyment we are here. And the Maya is going to be really tough. Oh, you want to be brahmachari? Okay. You go out, you're going to be faced with. I was brahmachari in the temple, all day I was out, Sankirtan. I did for like nearly 10 years. My best customers are girls. Girls, all girls. When I was in New Zealand, I used to do Sankirtan. All my friends were Maoris. They said, hey, hi, because they thought I was one of them. And here in Australia, at those time I was only 20, 19. I came in the 80s. I had to be very strong with myself. Keep the friendship on spiritual basis. Like I had all of my, I told you before this story, when I was in Sydney Temple, and there was all these pretty girls, and so they were starting a Gurukul in Mayapur, girls' Gurukul. Australian girls were going down there, so they were bringing Australian girls to Mayapur. So there was this particular girl that I was in love with. So then I said, you're going to Mayapur, but if you have any trouble, when you come back, I don't want to see your face. She was the first one to be shipped back, because she was having an affair with some other kids in Mayapur. Australian girls living in, India is not a place for that. So then she came back. I said, get out of my sight. I told you, you're not fit to be. Look at you. You want to be with me, and then you go to India and you fall down. What kind of person you are? You can't even keep your words. Get out of my sight. So then, that's the first taste of, family life, I guess. So then, it was very difficult because she was in the same temple with me. So then, our temple authorities said, they decided that they would take her out of the temple, send her to another temple. So they had to swap from another temple. So our temple was King's Cross, and another temple in North Sydney. They sent her to North Sydney. And the temple authority was calling me, give Bhagavatam class. And so she was coming out. So this, obviously, so our temple authority didn't know this. Then they banned me from going to the temple, the North Sydney. So then, if these things happen, if we don't apply dharma, we're going to fall for each other, material enjoyment. And she left. It's gone long ago. And when I first came here, after 20 years, I came here, I got a phone call from her. He said, I'm still single. I said, I'm now Brandapasta. I'm going to take sannyas soon. So, that's all Krishna's testing us. You love me or not? So to be very strong with yourself. We can only live one life, this life. Give this life, Prabhupada said, give this life for me. Give this life to Krishna. And you can have so much better life in the spiritual world. Gopis, they're all married. They're all married. But they love Krishna so much. That's all lila in the spiritual world. But that's called conjugal love. They love Krishna so much that even though they're married, but they are going to Krishna. Ultimately, everything belongs to Krishna. Sometimes people criticize Krishna for that. How he can do that. That's God. By His mercy, our senses are working. Sometimes people say in India, oh, you are Krishna, he married so many wives. Hare, we can't even take care of one. He's Bhagavan. He owns everything. He had 16,108 wives. Each of them had Krishna with them. Krishna expanded himself. And each of the wives had palaces. And Krishna expanded himself with each of the wives. If you can do that, fine, go for it. So Krishna wanted to demonstrate that he is the enjoyer. Bhaktaram Jagyatapasam Sarvaloka Mahesaram. He is the master of the Sarvaloka, the universe. Enjoyer. Even with your one wife, You can't give them whatever they need. We are limited. There's one rishi, it's in the Bhagavatam. He made an airplane, huge airplane. It had swimming pool, everything, in the city inside the airplane. Kadama Muni, flying in the sky, invisible, we can't see. Like a big, huge, like an island of an airplane, flying airplane, just to satisfy his wife. Just for his wife, a rishi. And we think, I've given so much to the wife, we have a Mercedes. They had a flying planet. Kardama Muni, a sage. It's in the Bhagavatam, story is there. But it is said, material desire is so much there, so many desire, we cannot satisfy them. It's like the root of a tree. You know, banyan tree, in India we have banyan tree. We don't have banyan tree here. But banyan tree, the root of a banyan tree, you can't trace it because it just goes so far. So our desire is like the tree, banyan tree, the root of a banyan tree. You have to uproot. How to uproot the tree of desire that's sitting in our heart? Millions of desire. You cannot satisfy them. It's not like you go to the supermarket with a list. There's no supermarket to satisfy your desires. One after the other. You have a car, then you have a house, then you have this, that. Then you want the whole planet. I'm sorry, we can only enjoy this much. We're limited. With Krishna consciousness, you don't need those things to be happy. Everything is in the holy name. Everything. That's why Krishna said, Sarva dharman parityaja mamekam saranam. Give up, surrender to me. He said to give up all those things. With all those things, material facilities and comfort of life, still people are not happy. So much distress in the world. People have everything. Because that one thing is missing. That one thing is Bhagavan. They don't have Krishna. They don't have knowledge, spiritual life. That's why Scripture is telling us time and time and time. Chant Hare Krishna. Say, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, what is that? You guys are crazy. We're not crazy, you are crazy. We're doing the right thing. Srila Prabhupada went to America. We had boys and girls, Prabhupada said, they have come, they have given up to come to, because they are genuinely looking for God. Because all those things they had, material things, did not satisfy them. And people get married, they divorce, they marry, divorce, marry. You think they're going to get something different? It's the same stuff you get in the same person. It's mirage. Material enjoyment, it says, it's like the mirage in the desert. You're driving, you look so way back in the front there, way in the front there's water. You drive there's no water. It looks like there's water. We have to tell this thing to ourselves through knowledge. Otherwise we don't get it. You know, when someone is in love with someone, you tell them all the knowledge. They're illusioned. It doesn't work. They're blind with blind knowledge and a blind love. And they find out, kya kya? What have I done? They told me, I still did it. Because our knowledge gets covered by ignorance. Om agnanati vedandasya gananjana salakaya. The spiritual master comes to uncover that ignorance with the shining light of knowledge. Om agnana, unconscious. We're unconscious. We are fascinated by Maya, illusory potency of the Lord. The Guru, they come to uncover that. The teachers, spiritual teachers. We're illusion. We are blinded. Dhritarashtra was blind. It says he was not only blind physically, but he was also bereft of knowledge, spiritually blind. We're all blind here. Everyone is blind. We have eyes, but we don't have spiritual knowledge. We can only see material things. In fact, we're actually blind. If the sun didn't rise, we couldn't see anything. Actually. समझ क्या क्या बताया? By His mercy we can see, because He gave us the sun. If sun didn't rise, we are blind all the time. Then you think, oh, I'm having fun. You look at all the grihastha, people who have family. They can hardly smile. There's so much stress. Pay for this, pay for that, pay for your home, pay for your children, tuition. And finally you can sit down, that's when you're 70. Then, I can have my Ferrari now. You look in the Ferrari or sports car. You look at any sports car, you never see a young guy driving, some old guy. They work for all their life. And your hands are shaking. How can he enjoy for long? He's going to die any time. They work for that car, damn car, whole life for it. That's why Prahlad Maharaj said, Komara acharet pragya dharman bhagavatan niha. I said this before. We have to practice dharma from young age. When our body is working well, when body is strong, when body is functioning. Use that energy to serve Krishna. Kulosakar said in the Bhagavatam, Gadgada, he says, at the time of death, my voice is going to choke up. I can't think properly. My senses are dull. So while I am in good condition, my body is working well, let me think of you, let me serve you. Well, let me enjoy now. We don't know, time will come. Any time we'll finish. Uncertainty, material is uncertain. Anytime, poof, we're going to be done with the material body. Walk down the road, boom, accidents. I know so many devotees, young devotees, they had cancer. We had one boy here, only 10 years. He died in Gujarat from the gas, remember? One of the devotees' kid. They went to India for sightseeing and ended up dying. So we don't know how much time we have. While we're here, use this facility Krishna gave us. The best facility is your own body. You don't need TV, home, car. You need a body where you can serve Him. You can be sitting at a good, nice house, but if you are sick, you're uncomfortable. So, yoga teaches us, most important thing is to be healthy. The body is, you can eat food, you're digesting, sab kuch theek hai. You feel aram, you feel good. You have nice bed, everything, air conditioned, nice house, swimming pool, car, and backyard, and garden. But if you're not well, you're just going to be sick. So the most important thing is to develop your own health. They say, how's your health? In the previous time, they used to say, how's your health? How's your spiritual life? They said, how are you, sir? How's it going, mate? That comes from because in spiritual time, this is how are you developing your love for Krishna? Are you chanting a japa? Are you hearing Bhagavatam? Are you cultivating spiritual things? That's how we have to greet each other. Accommodate each other to serve Krishna. Make the place comfortable for each other to serve Krishna. That's why Prabhupada made this temple, an ashram, where you can serve Krishna nicely. This is all for Krishna's pleasure. If we had some hut on the side of the road, nobody who's going to come. So we have this nice temple, so people, let's go to Hare Krishna temple, have prasadam. They can come here, sit down, the facilities is there for preaching. It's for Krishna's pleasure. We are just here to assist that. If we can assist each other to serve Krishna, then where are we going to go? make comfort for each other to serve Krishna. But on the way there's going to be sense enjoyment, like it says here. Like if you want to grow a nice tree, right? Every day you have to water it at a particular time. Make sure there's no weeds growing on the side. Pull them out so the plant can grow nicely. And at the end, when the tree grows into a big tree, there will be fruit. So Prabhupada gives the example, similarly, when you're practicing Krishna consciousness, the weeds you have to pull out, the material desire, temptations of Maya. Check yourself. How are you progressing spiritually? Pull them out so the tree can grow smoothly, develop love for Krishna. And then there's fruit. That fruit is considered to be love for Krishna. But before you can get fruit, it's going to take a long time before you get the fruit. We have to work at pulling those weeds out. Those weeds of material desire, sense enjoyment, in the form of so many gross enjoyment we have challenged with. Don't challenge Krishna. He has so many wives. First look into yourself. He also lifted Govardhan hill. He also jumped on the Kaliya serpent. A snake bite you, you're going to die in seconds. Most poisonous snake, Kaliya. When the Kaliya serpent was in the water in the Yamuna, that whole area burned to ashes, including grass, trees. And Krishna was jumping on the head of the Kaliya serpent. Nothing happened. And they were biting him. An ordinary snake can bite us, we'll be dead. And we're saying, I'm Bhagavan. So we are not the enjoyer. We have to tell this to ourselves 100 times. We are not the enjoyer. How many pizza can you eat? How many chapatis can you eat? How many gulab jamun can you eat? Say, no, Prabhu, I can't eat, I have diabetes. Krishna doesn't have diabetes. Krishna doesn't need to wear glasses because he's blind, we can't see. So, see these things. We are not the enjoyer. And see the consequences. Passionate means, Rajaguna and Tamaguna, ignorance means you do something without thinking and then you suffer later. Say, kya. Intelligent means right from beginning, be on top of it. Don't do it. Tell yourself. And Mataji, if you want to marry, pray to Krishna. Nicely, Krishna will send someone who is going to be good for you spiritually. Don't decide you like someone on the basis of something. Everything should be done spiritually. And Krishna will always provide for us if we are sincere in our heart. He doesn't make just conclusions off the top of your head. The soul from within will always tell us. If we are sincere, he'll tell us, don't do this. He'll always give us the warning. We never listen to the warning because we want to do what we want to do. I said, don't tell me, I already know. We have to tell ourselves 100 times. If we want to progress, we have to accept that way. Isn't it? So there's a lot you can talk about this subject matter on sense enjoyment. It's a very easy subject. Any questions? Some of you. Question from her.
Prabhuji, you were talking about coming to the end of the class, you're talking about Rajagun and Tamagun. So Prabhu, sometimes when we're doing services and we're running late because of some reason, then we tend to become very passionate and we start doing everything in a very hectic way. So is that okay, or should we just do it with a peaceful mind? And
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah, of course. You have to do things sometime in a hurry. It's not passion. You have to understand where things stand. Suppose you're in a hurry, you have to get the offering on time, and you can say, "Oh, I'm chanting Hare Krishna." That's not the way. You have to do things very practically. So that's not passion. That is just using intelligence. Passion means you come late to cook, and then you burn the food, you smoke everywhere, you don't know what you're doing, you didn't make plan, and that's passion. But there's time for everything, or rajagun or tamagun, ignorant. So we are in a hurry doesn't mean passionate. It just means that you want to get things done correctly, quick and easy, or how you say, sufficiently or untimely. At the same time, you have to use intelligence. Sometimes you have to push a little bit, but it differs different context. But at the same time, we need to, like I said, we need to be prepared even before you do things. Then at the end, you don't have to rush. So you have to plan ahead. If you don't plan ahead, then that's going to be your fault. So that can be passion also, but you have to start everything in advance, depending what it is. You say like, now tomorrow I don't have time to chant today, I'll chant tomorrow. That's passionate or ignorance. Why you didn't do today? Because, or like I say, today's Ekadashi and I'm going to this house, they cook really good food, I'll eat that today and do Ekadashi tomorrow. That's not acceptable. It's like saying that. So you have to do things correctly, whatever it is, at the expense of your convenience. You see?
Thank you.
Yeah. Anybody else? Anybody? So there's this very important topic to talk about. So we should take this more seriously. Don't mix, and you have to, like you go to school, and there's boys, there's girls. And keep some distance and be strict with yourself. Like I mix with girls, I talk, but underneath I know, they are servant of Krishna. I have respect for them, love for them, not on a material basis, spiritual basis. So if you're a fanatic, then it's not going to work. You're going to fall victimized by Maya. It has to be spiritual concept behind it. So, that is extreme. Now, I know a lot of people who are very, I'm Prabhupada. They're the first one to fall. It's not artificial external thing that you can make show of it. You have to really have that sincerity. There was one great devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Ramananda Roy. He was the intimate associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Ramananda Roy, he was a king, and it's mentioned Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had few disciples who were very intimate, and he was one of them. And he used to dress gopis. What's man to dress a gopi? These gopis are not like original, like they were very young girls. They're like, gopis are Krishna's, and he used to dress like he's dressing, DC. He's not worried because he has no lust. He is so pure. And Prabhupada, he said that I don't have time for lust. Somebody asked, you have lust? He said, I do, but I don't have time for it. Haridas Thakur. You know, Haridas Thakur, he was a Muslim, but he was chanting Hare Krishna, and the Muslim king sent a prostitute to make him fall down. Very beautiful prostitute, this lady. And he said, when I finish japa, then I will attend to you. That never happened. At the third night, she shaved her head. She also started chanting. That's what happened. This story is there. Haridas Thakur. It's now our line. And we are chanting japa, we're thinking, we're thinking, what's going to happen next? We're not paying the attention when you're chanting. We're inattentive chanting. It's offense. Haridas Thakur was so pure, the tree he was chanting japa, that tree went back to Godhead. That tree is there in Jagannath Puri. You know what happened at the tree he was chanting japa under? That tree is hollow. Inside is all gone. Went back to Godhead. Got purified by Haridas Thakur chanting. We are chanting for many years. We have to purify our heart. And what's his name? He was taking prasad and he threw in the pond. And the fish they ate, instantly they got 4 arms and flew up to Vaikuntha. They saw it in front of them. Are we eating every day? We didn't get 4 arms. And we're giving all this prasad to the pigeon, they should get 4 arms, fly up. Nothing happened. Because we don't have that sincerity. We are thinking, this rasgulla, I feel really good, I want that. I want this pakora, I want this khichdi, because it's so good. We are only eating that because we like it. We're not seeing the love in that. We are eating because it tastes good. If it doesn't taste good, we won't eat. So we are seeing materiality. We're not seeing spirituality in it. So it appears to us that way. If you are very Krishna conscious, you can eat even food on the floor because you love Krishna so much, it doesn't matter if you're old. But that's the extent, but we're thinking, no, I'll get sick, I'll get COVID, or this and that. But if you're so sincere, it will not affect you materially. But we're not on that platform. So anyway, Haridas Thakur, try to remember this story. And I'll tell you one story I told before. In Kunti Devi, she was very beautiful. But she is the mother of all the Pandavas. She's a mother. But she had a blessing from the demigod because when, not demigod, Durvasa Muni, was it? One sage was blessed when she was a young girl, she was serving the sage every day. I think it was Durvasa Muni came to their home, and then he blessed her that even if she gets old, she's going to still look beautiful as a young girl. So Yudhishthira Maharaj, he is the older brother of all the Pandavas. So they asked him, you feel like lust at your mother because she's so beautiful? And they said, yes, we do. So then they said, so what do you do about it? He said, nothing. So we feel the lust, but we do nothing about it. Try to sink this in. Every day we are faced with Maya and enjoyment wagging in our face. Hey, we have to know. We here, like I said, we have a goal. I don't have time for it, or like that. We have to always know that I'm here to serve Krishna. Go back and see what are the consequences. Apply the knowledge, that's the time. It's not that how philosophy, how good I am, I can speak so nicely. That's the time to practice. That will be the test. Yeah? It's not I wear saffron and I have conquered my senses. It's not just dress only. It's you have to conquer your heart, the desire within the heart. So even if you're wearing white, but you also have sense control. It's not just dress. It's the desire in our heart. We take initiation, yeah, you change your name, but you have to change your consciousness too, and your heart. Right, what I'm saying? It's not just a ceremony, it's some ritual. We have to actually really change our heart. We go to the mandir every day. In India, but how much are we actually changing our consciousness and our heart and our lifestyle? We go back, where's the smoke? You know, everything we do, we have to actually change our consciousness. It's lifestyle, dedication, didhabrata, that we have to understand more deeply what we are doing and develop and cultivate that love for Krishna deep from within our heart and become more sincere. Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna. Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai.
Last class.